Hi, everybody. Today we're going to talk about healthy aging, some of the changes that can happen as we age, both physically and nutritionally, and what we can do about them so we can continue to live younger, longer. My name is Dean Walters, and my company is Aging Boldly. I'm a longevity coach and personal trainer, and I've been a Shaklee business owner for 23 years. A little bit about my story. For about 40 years, I was an opera and musical theater performer. Performed a lot in the United States and a little bit in Europe. I was also a conductor, had a chorale at the college in Key West, and was the music director of my church in Key West for 22 years. This is my family, my wife, Sandy, my daughter, Lena, her husband, John, and my little grandchild, Lily. This is Lily when she was a little older, giving me that, Grandpa, how many times are you going to ask me to pull your finger look? And this was Christmas Eve this year when I put on my Santa outfit, got a nice background there, and did a Zoom call with Lily on Christmas Eve. And she bought it hook, line, and sinker. So I have a feeling I'm going to have to do that the next 5 or 6 years, but that'll be great. So as I was performing and doing all those other things earlier in my life, I also developed quite a few medical problems. And this last one you see the picture of here was bilateral quadriceps ruptures. And as I was in the living room at my house for 7 weeks in a hospital bed with my parents staying with us for those 7 weeks to help take care of me while my wife could go ahead and work, I made a decision then to change the direction of my life and start a business that would help people not have to be taken care of as they got older. So that's where it all started from. I went back to school, got my certifications as a health coach, as a fitness trainer, and fitness nutrition, corrective exercise, and a few other advanced trainings as you see here. Now, as I mentioned, I've been a business owner with Shaklee for 23 years, and I think it is the best possible way to achieve financial independence and peace for your family and every family that you touch. And it's also paid me a residual income check every month for all those 23 years. But the only reason our business works so well is because the products are so incredibly good. And that's what we're going to be focusing on a little bit later, the products, because getting older is definitely not for sissies. Now, by the way, the woman on the left here was in her late 70s when this photo was taken. Now, this slide says a lot. Let's take a look at some of the age-related diseases that happen and are associated with aging. I'm sure you probably know someone that's dealing with one or more of these issues, and maybe it's you. Now, the one at the bottom, sarcopenia, is something everyone is affected by. It's the natural loss of muscle mass as we age. Now, sometimes as much as 3 to 10% of our muscle mass is lost each decade after the age of 30. Now let's look at the 12 leading causes of death in the United States. Now, this does not include COVID-related deaths. The good thing is that every one of these can be improved or prevented with lifestyle changes, which is basically diet and exercise. So let's first talk about exercise. You got to move it or you're going to lose it, folks. Aerobic training, which is what most people are familiar with, it's your bike riding, your jogging, your walking, or some aerobic classes. That's terrific for you, and that helps you live longer because it's good for your heart. Now, the others, resistance training, flexibility training, balance training, those are the things that help you live better. Now, here are the different types of exercises for older adults that are really good for us. Swimming, obviously, is the world's perfect exercise, but the ones that I have highlighted here, they're the ones that we tend not to do as much or at all as we get older. But strength training, which is movement against resistance, is extremely important because it not only helps prevent muscle loss, but it helps build muscle around our joints, helping to protect and support them. It helps prevent injury and pain while keeping us functional by maximizing and maintaining our mobility. Now, strength training also triggers crucial hormonal changes, which prevent or delay many of the negative changes associated with aging. And finally, strength training helps prevent and can sometimes reverse bone loss. Now, here are some of the other benefits your body can receive from regular exercise. And we talked about maintaining healthy bones, healthy muscles, etc. But look at some of the others. Less pain with arthritis, reducing your risk of falling, reducing blood pressure, helping to reduce anxiety or depression. Definitely can improve sleep. But here's the big one for me. Reduces the risk of dying from coronary heart disease and developing high blood pressure, colon cancer, and diabetes. Here's a reality check: exercise versus food. If you're trying to watch your calories, which is better for you, exercise or food? Just take a look. Here are our 2 little Oreo cookies. They're 70 calories each. And if you wolf those puppies down, it's going to take, about a minute to take in 140 calories. If you want to burn that off, hop on your treadmill or do your aerobic exercise. To burn off 140 calories, it's going to take, on average, 40 minutes. So if you're worried about calorie intake and weight management, watching what you eat is more effective than exercise for burning calories. But exercise is good for just about everything else. Now, we looked at some of the physical changes associated with aging. Now let's look at how our nutritional needs can change with age. We need fewer calories every decade because we move around less, we lose muscle, and our metabolic rate goes down. So the challenge becomes getting all our nutritional needs, which becomes more difficult since our calorie intake is less. And the conundrum is, since we have less muscle and expend less energy, if we don't reduce our calories, we will gain weight. Now, as we age, even though we require fewer calories, we still need the same amount of protein, vitamins, and minerals, and in some cases, even more nutrients. Now, take vitamin B12, for example. After age 50, your body's ability to absorb it often lessens because you don't have as much stomach acid, which is needed to break down B12 from food sources. Now, the same holds true for vitamin D. Older skin is less able to convert vitamin D from sunlight, and that in turn affects your body's ability to absorb calcium. And you need both vitamin D and calcium to help prevent bone loss. We also have to make sure we're drinking enough water. It's important at any age, but in your later years, you may be less likely to notice that you're thirsty. So healthy eating as we age has to include healthy protein, healthy carbs, healthy fats, enough water, and most certainly quality supplements to fill in the nutritional gaps. And this is the best health insurance that we can get. Now just remember, every bite of food you take is either fighting disease or feeding it. Do you like sugar? Well, so does cancer, inflammation, diabetes, and other diseases. Just look what happened to the Statue of David after being in the United States for 3 years. So we all know that it's better to eat organic and buy organic when we can, but it can be more expensive. So here's the Dirty Dozen food list for 2021. Now, these are foods that have been shown to have the highest levels of pesticide contamination if they're not organically grown. Here's the Clean 15. These are the foods shown to have the least pesticide contamination. So if you can't buy everything organic, focus on choosing organic foods from this Dirty Dozen list that would otherwise have higher contamination levels. Now let's look at some of the healthy benefits of quality protein. All of these are obviously important for us as we age, but look at the first 4. Helping to regenerate your cells and tissue, better muscular health, better bone health, a stronger immune system. Let's look at some good carbs. What are the health benefits of your good carbs? Again, we need them all. We get all the benefits, but look at the first 3. Reduce cancer risk because of the antioxidants, better heart health, and improved brain function. Incredibly important for us. Benefits of healthy fats. Well, brain health especially. Now, our brain is nearly 60% fat, so when somebody calls me a fathead, I take that as a compliment. Helps with your joint pain. It also helps you control inflammation and better heart health. And I just like this slide. Now, everybody knows they need to drink more water, but usually we don't know why. Just look at all the reasons we absolutely need to stay well hydrated, especially as we age. Now, there's a lot of reasons here, but look at those first four. Maintaining your balance of body fluids, transporting all those healthy nutrients throughout your body, kidney health, removing toxins, and normal bowel function, and so you have better colon health. And lastly, our greatest health insurance to guarantee that our cells are getting everything they need to maintain, repair, and improve. Now, I only put Shaklee in my body because that's the only one that I trust. But look at the differences here. That's your synthetic vitamins, the kind you get in the drugstore, imbalanced formulas, binders, no live enzymes. It's basically fake food. Then you go to the health food store variety. Now, these are better, but natural might only mean 10%. Regulations vary from state to state. They can still be imbalanced. They can still have shellac on the coating, making it hard to absorb. These are partial food. Shaklee is pharmaceutical grade whole food supplements, live enzymes, gluten-free, no chemical or heat processing, highest quality materials. They feed and improve cellular health. And basically these are food. Now, this is why I like to take the natural route when possible. I take metformin for the diabetes caused by the hydrochlorothiazide I take for high blood pressure, which I got from the Ambien I take for insomnia, caused by the Xanax I take for anxiety that I got from the Wellbutrin I take for chronic fatigue, which I got from Lipitor that I take because I have high cholesterol, because a healthy diet, exercise, lots of sleep and water and vitamins are just too much trouble. Now, I know I've talked a lot about why I trust Shaklee, but don't just take my word for it. Let's look at some of the reasons why I chose to be associated with this absolutely amazing company and their life-changing products. Now, Dr. Shaklee actually formulated, it's right down here on the bottom on the left, actually formulated the first multivitamin in the United States over 100 years ago. And shortly thereafter, 1961, the first protein isolate. So anybody that takes a multivitamin or drinks a protein shake today has Dr. Shaklee to thank for it. Now, whether it's nutrition or weight management or skincare or safe, environmentally friendly cleaning products, our more than 300 products provide everything that you need to lead a clean and healthier life. And we have the science to back it up, too. Our one-of-a-kind landmark study, which was conducted by the University of California in Berkeley, tracked people over a 10-year period who had taken Shaklee supplements, some for as long as 50 years, and compared their health to people who had taken other supplement brands or no supplements at all. The results were absolutely amazing. I mean, just check this out. For heart health, lower triglycerides, lower cholesterol ratios. For brain health, lower levels of homocysteine. And for biological stress, lower levels of C-reactive protein. Now, as if that weren't enough, our products have all been on every NASA space mission since 1993. And we have over 100 Olympic athletes that are powered by Shaklee products. And since they can be drug tested 24/7 for banned substances, these are the most skeptical and cautious people around for anything that's going into their bodies. Actually, our Shaklee Pure Performance athletes won so many medals at the last Olympic Games that if they had been their own country, they would have ranked 8th in the world for medal content. So if it's good enough for them, I figure it's probably good enough for me. Another reason is our 100% ironclad guarantee. You feel better in 30 days or you get your money back. And if that weren't enough, besides the landmark study, look at this, 125 peer-reviewed published articles, the first company to be certified climate neutral, and that was 20 years ago. 1 million trees planted, 100,000 quality tests annually, and on and on. Now, I want to talk briefly about what we use in our home. We use all the Shaklee products, skincare, cleaning products, personal care, and sports nutrition. And supplement-wise, I take everything that Shaklee makes, except the Menopause Balance Complex. And if I thought that would help, I would take it too. But that's taken me over 20 years to really determine what my own supplement needs were. But to simplify it, here are the foundation products that I take daily. This is our vitalizing plan, which consists of our vitalizer strip down here, which has over 80 nutrients in it, including probiotics, and our incredible life shakes. Now, no, I don't take the Vitalizer Women that you see here. We have a men's version and a Vitalizer Gold for those over 50. That's the one I take. This was just the best picture that I could find. Now look at what's in that Vitalizer strip. Can you imagine? You would have to take 8 glasses of milk to get all your vitamin D, 17 bananas to get all your B6, or a dozen eggs to get enough biotin, or 15 servings of steak just to get enough B12 that's already in our Vitalizer. And since it's been proven that practically none of us get enough vitamin D, I also take extra vitamin D daily and extra probiotics for better gut health. Now, the other part of the vitalizing plan is our incredible Life Shake. 20 grams of pure protein in every serving, great flavors, and just look over here. No artificial sweeteners, preservatives, or flavors, non-GMO, gluten-free, lactose-free, low glycemic, and certified kosher. Now, there's one additional product that I take, and it's critical for healthy aging, and that is Vivix. Now, many of you have heard about resveratrol, which is found in grapes, that has over 2,000 clinical tests on it. Well, Vivix has more than 13 times the resveratrol alone in slowing a key mechanism of aging. But wait, there's more. Once you've experienced better health with our foundational products, you'll see that we have products that can provide you with the nutrients that may help your heart, may help with cancer prevention or diabetes or brain health, digestive issues, bone health, eye health, joint health, even ADHD, and definitely weight management, and so much more. Okay, we've talked about a lot of things, and you're probably asking yourself, how in the world, though, can I get started? Well, that's simple. You make a decision. You tell the world about your decision. You put it on Facebook. You tell your family and friends what you've decided. You take stock and be honest about it. You know, those 2 Oreo cookies we saw earlier, if you eat those and nobody's looking, they're still calories. So be honest with yourself. Put your own mask on first. And this has nothing to do with COVID. This is what they tell you on the airlines. Put your mask on so you can take care of yourself, so that then you can take care of others. Focus on the life-changing habits, which are sleep, food and nutrition, weight management, stress, movement, supplementation, and fill out our simple health assessment form. Now, the person who invited you to watch this video will be delighted to help you go through this health assessment. It's simple, it's very informative, and it can help you decide on how best to get started. But we usually recommend start with the basics. Now, remember the slide from the beginning? Let's review what happened then and how things are now. Now, please remember, our products do not cure. Rather, they provide you with the critical nutrients that your body needs to repair itself and to function optimally. The rest is up to you. So at 58, I had chronic asthma, was on prednisone for 20 years, severe risk of fracture in my hips and lower spine, gained 140 pounds because of the prednisone. I had high enzyme levels in my liver, ruptured both of my quadriceps tendons, and I had 2 different episodes with pulmonary embolisms. Now I'm 69. Asthma's under control, no more prednisone, no attacks, no hospitalizations, 100% normal bone scans, so I built it all back. I've lost 50 of that 140 pounds. My liver enzymes are normal. So look, from 58 to 69, pretty amazing. This is why taking care of yourself with your lifestyle choices is so critically important as we age. So I want to thank you for spending the last 20 minutes with me. And I hope this information on healthy aging was helpful to you and that you understand why I am such a fan of Shaklee, both as a business and as the best source for clean, pure, natural products that produce results. So if you have any questions or you want to get started on your own road to better health, just get in touch with the person who invited you to watch this video. And remember, getting older may be inevitable, but feeling older is optional, especially with Shaklee. Thank you, and to your good health.